Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, Eric and I got up really early in the morning and made the drive up here to the Skagit River to hang out with my best buddy here, Leopold Johnson, who just put together this incredible 20-foot Wooldridge sled, Mercury Marine Power, 200 horse Mercury tiller jet on the back of this thing. We love our salmon and steelhead fisheries here in Washington because we have all these great rivers like the Skagit, and a boat like this is the perfect machine for accessing those rivers and getting after these fish. Stay tuned, we're gonna walk you through this boat, jump out on the river, show you what this thing can do. Let's start at the stern here, Lael. Got your Yeti here. I like this, and I like this little
that swim step is really nice. Yeah.
Well, that's to get the dog out of the water.
Get the dog in there in case I want to take a swim in Lake Washington.
Got your waders on, you can climb in on this thing, but this works good for this Yeti
it's
cooler
perfect.
here too. Got your Yeti strapped on here, throw your lunch in there.
Yeah.
Or some cold beverages.
We got our Traeger goodies in there.
Oh yeah, looking forward to digging into that Traeger later. And you got your 200 horsepower Mercury Verado here. Tiller handle, everything on there. We'll get into that tiller handle a little bit, but what I notice here is this Wooldridge polyurethane shoe. Normally that shoe would be cast aluminum. So if you hit a rock, you know, anything like so, if you crack that pretty hard with that cast aluminum shoe, it's gonna blow that shoe up.
Yeah.
And you know, you try not to hit anything, but you're gonna clip a rock or something at some point. With that new polyurethane shoe, you're pretty much good to go.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it's really nice.
And you said you hit something, you know.
Yeah,
the other day.
part of the game. You hit something and like I pull the motor up, take a look, see if you got any rocks in the impeller or anything like that.
Fine.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing at all.
So I like that. And then you got your 9.9 EFI Pro kicker. Hit the start button, fires right up.
Love it.
Piece of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the other thing I want to show all you guys here is this tunnel here. These Wooldridges have a tunnel. I've got a jet boat with a tunnel just like this. This protects this shoe, gets it up away from the bottom a little better, and then this boat just hooks up. With these strakes on here, cornering, and we'll show you this in a little bit, this Wooldridge absolutely corners like a dream. I mean, it'll about throw you out of the boat.
Yeah, it's so good.
They absolutely hook up.
Amazing.
And is this 6 degree bottom on here?
I believe it's a 9.
9 degree?
I believe a 9.
Yeah. So it's got just a little bit of V to it with this tunnel in here. Great performance sled. Walking up the side of the boat here. Of course, you got a nice rub rail here, and this provides rigidity too. This extrusion on the side of the boat also acts as a rub rail at the dock. You know, you do a little bit of saltwater stuff too.
Yeah.
Got your Scotty bases here.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet. And you got another downrigger.
Yeah, so I just
here.
I wanted to be able to have some versatility where I could either have one positioned here or positioned here. Over there I have my my little workstation over there, and just be able to move things around. But it's been really good, so I can just kind of put things where I want to have them. You know, if I change my mind, I'm gonna have this boat for the rest of my life. So
you've got your leaning posts in here, and these are removable.
Those are removable. Yeah,
I like that. Let's walk around up here to the bow. Got your Garmin trolling motor, bow mount trolling motor.
Yeah, that thing's that probably is my favorite thing on the boat is to start a show. It kind of gives me a deckhand that's kind of running the boat, and I mean it listens.
Yeah. It actually listens. Deckhands never listen.
So I can position that thing and have it on anchor lock, and I can put myself in a position where I'm fishing in the river that honestly it's probably not safe to anchor in.
Yeah.
But with that, I have the safety of having it down in the water a little bit, and it holds me in some pretty serious current. And I'm able to fish and be stationary where a lot of other boats can't. So I mean, it's very useful.
There, and then this Ford Tremor has a charging system in it, so you can run a cord back into your, what do you got, a 36 volt in here?
I have a 36 volt system in there, yeah.
And this thing will charge while you're driving.
It charges, yeah. It charges while I'm driving, but it's best recommended if you're doing it like as you're parked, and you can just leave it running. I mean, it has an onboard generator. It's called Pro Power Onboard.
Yeah.
And it's epic. So like when I'm gone, I live a little bit away from here, but if I don't want to, go home and charge the batteries, which I have 3 12 volt 135 amp batteries. I'm not going to run out of juice. They're lithium.
Yeah.
But it just allows me to be able to charge from the truck right to the boat just by driving around a little bit and then just parking it, and I can keep my stuff.
Time.
Oh my gosh.
We never have enough time.
We never have enough time.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's awesome.
Got a nice big LED light bar up here in the front. Check this out. Because here, salmon and steelhead fishing, we're launching in the dark all the time.
Yeah, we're launching in the dark, or you want to get that late, that last light bite. So what it's kind of cool is, it's like if I want to get out very early in the morning, I can turn that thing on and kind of get through here. Want to be safe because it can still be a little bit foggy, like it was this morning. But say I want to launch at 11 o'clock or noon and I want to fish till 6:30, 7 o'clock because I'm kind of coming back, and you know, it's great. And even just for coming up and loading the boat, you know, on the trailer, I just have so much light back in this area. It's very, very useful.
Nice setup. And then this bow is squared off, which gives you a little bit more room up here on your step deck also. Yeah, this turned out great, man.
Thanks.
I love it. I'm looking forward to getting out on this thing, taking it for a spin. Single axle trailer, so you can move it around with your half-ton truck.
Yeah.
Even a smaller truck, you can move this thing around
yeah,
with.
for sure. I had a Bronco before I had this, and it definitely would have pulled the boat. It just, you know, you're worried about, you know, braking, and that's usually the issue that you're looking for if you're pulling something that's got a little bit of weight to it. But I am not upset with this trimmer. It does everything I like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, buddy. Well, I'm going to get my waders on. Let's head on the river.
Let's do it, man.
For a spin. All right, bud.
Thanks,
man. All right, we're out on the river now. Lael just ran us upstream to this sweet drift. Now he's going to deploy this Garmin bow mount trolling motor, which has just been a total game changer, right, for fishing. Yeah, let's see how that all works, man.
Okay, first we're going to throw our main into neutral. We're going to cut that off. We're going to get this out of the way. We've already pre-powered on the trolling motor when we were at the boat launch. We're going to lift this up. We're going to deploy, right? Let it down gently. Take my remote here, and I'm going to hit anchor lock. And that's going to keep me in this same position as I'm sitting here either helping guests or I'm fishing by myself. It's just an absolute game changer for me being able to fish on the water and have some assistance like that that's really reliable. And with that remote, you can hang out back here, be tying up some more gear, doing whatever, and you don't need to be on the kicker motor constantly. No. And then you can set it at a certain speed and actually drift your way through here too, right? There actually is, yeah. So there's another setting on there called the heading hold. Yeah. And what I can do is I can set the trolling motor at a certain speed and it'll drift me down at a certain angle just perfectly. Like, it's absolute game changer. And if you want to come out by yourself. I know. We never get to fish, really, so awesome. Come out by yourself, put the deal down and do a little fly fishing or something. For sure. Awesome. And then you're powering that with lithiums? Lithium, yeah. So underneath here, got some storage underneath there, but this thing pulls out and there's all my power right there. There's your charger. Powered by Dakota Lithium. Yeah. Got 36 volt system. Yeah, 135 amp. And the nice thing about those, they're so lightweight. So lightweight. So up in the bow of this little sled, you want these sleds to be light, you know, because you're running through the shallow water and, you know, getting away from lead acid to lithium. Oh yeah. You probably saved 100 pounds. Right absolutely. Yeah. I think they're 23 pounds a piece. And what kind of time do you get out of them? I have not drained them yet. I mean, it's nice that I can charge with my truck, but I mean, I'm probably thinking at least 5-6 days of actually like running them. Yeah, like running them hard. Yeah, nice. For sure. And you got some storage up in here too. And is that a fish box? This is actually my fish box. I got a little bit of gear in here today, you know, but yeah, a bunch of storage underneath there. I keep my bumpers in there in other situations like that when I'm out in the salt water. And then up in the front up here, I have another storage box. This is dry storage. I got my waders in there just in case I want to get out and I want to spay fish. I got a little table underneath there. And over on this side is my inverter. Oh, yeah. So I got an inverter right there. I got some switches in the back. Which powers that Traeger. Nice. It'll be lunchtime here in a little bit. Yeah. And then you got your leaning post. Of course, we talked about that earlier. And these are removable. They are. You got 3 of them here. You can see where these just lift right out, right? Yeah. You can just pull those right out. You know, if you don't want them in the boat, no problem. All that comes right out and off you go. Because you do some saltwater fishing, crabbing, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I like it. And then up here in the front, we've got our seat boxes with storage underneath. You know, pretty standard on these jet boats. Storage there. Cup holders on both sides of the boxes down in here, which are nice. Fire extinguisher right here where you can get to it. And then these side trays are sweet in here, you know. Got plenty of room here, and they're not covered up by a full combing gunnel, so you can actually get in here and get to your rods and whatnot. And you've got 2 side trays here. You can put rods here, boat hooks, you know, lots of room here. And then you can see where Lael had them weld-on attachment points here, so he can strap in all kinds of stuff in this boat. His Traeger, whatever he's hauling, a big Yeti cooler, it all gets strapped in here.
And you've got these 2 hatches under the deck here too, Lael. Let's move these boxes out of the way here. And
direction here.
Oh, I see. There we go.
And then, look at that, man.
That's where all the good stuff is right there. No kidding.
Yeah.
And you've got rod storage on both sides.
I do, yeah. I got got a couple of spoons and spinners over there, some twitching jigs, and plug rods over on this side.
Amazing.
So if you know, I'm traveling around, really what it really is good for is it's like, you know, one day I'm fly fishing and I don't want to bring all of the gear, you know, so I can have the fly fishing gear that I need up top in the trays and switch out. So I'm ready to guide somebody the next day.
Then you don't need to unload every night.
No,
too.
I don't, man.
Your garage,
and they lock.
rods all over the place. And,
yeah, it's great.
And these lock too?
They lock.
Another thing I just noticed too, Lael, I just picked up on, these seats actually slide. So you can move these all the way down this tray here, and then you've also got leaning posts up here too. So you've got leaning posts kind of all over the place.
All over. That one on the bow up here, if I have a guy fly fishing here, or I just want somebody, you know, not to be maybe leaning over the edge of the boat. You gave me a great suggestion, and I went away from the rails.
There's no
rails. For some people, but not for me. Good suggestion.
Really cleaned it up.
Clean. Very, very clean. Sure. And this is also like, this thing can go all the way back there, and I got a seat back there if I want to sit back there, where I'm just kind of hanging out, letting the trolling motor do all the work when I'm trolling in the salt, man. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. You've thought of everything here, Lael. You got your nice workstation here. This is a Miller Marine. Fillet knives, everything on here. Nice work surface back here. And you've got your wash down here that Wooldridge, of course, installed. You can wash the deck down with this, clean and fish, whatever you need there. Of course, we talked about this Yeti earlier. This is so nice. And it gets it off the deck here. That's our lunch for later.
Yeah.
I think that's going on the Traeger later, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then underneath here, this is open. Got your cranking batteries here. We got access to our plug down in here, our battery switches, and just a nice clean setup here. A little warm out here. I had to peel the layer off. Got our electronics box down here, Garmin unit, gauges, all your switches. I see bilge pump, nav lights, everything in here. Got charging ports. These Sea-Dog charging ports are sweet. USB charging ports there. And you got your old school cigarette lighter style. Then moving back to this kicker motor, you got your EFI, Mercury EFI kicker motor. These things are so nice. No choke, no anything, starts right up. 9.9 kicker. And then we talked about this hot sink earlier. You can see how that's plumbed into the cooling system on this kicker, and that's kicking out warm water right there, and it's going to fill up this hot sink, so you can put your rags in there. Wintertime, I mean, I used to have one of these on one of my old jet boats. I put my hands in there half the time, warm my hands up. All my rags would go in there.
Oh yeah.
Just a really nice option on this boat right there, Lael. And this new Merc state-of-the-art tiller handle is sweet, man. Multiple adjustments, but what's key about this, and I've got the same thing on mine, is the heated handle.
Heated handle, man.
Is that sweet or what?
It's just like I get out of my truck, I got a heated steering wheel. I want to be warm out here too.
And I'm telling you, I get so much crap from everybody about having a heated tiller handle.
Until you touch it.
But the same guys have heated seats in their cars, and they got heated grips in their snowmobiles and everything else. And I'm telling you what, this is sweet, man. We do a lot of hunting out of my sled, cold weather all the time. And that is just so nice.
You can feel it through your gloves. It's awesome.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And all you do is hit this button 1, 2, 3 times. There you go. 1, 2, 3. And I don't know about you, but I've never ran it on one.
I never ran it on one. I want it hot.
It's either on or off.
On or off.
And that's it. Yeah. Nice tiller handle and fully adjustable.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Up and down. You can reverse the twist on this. Everything's right there. All your alarms are on here as well, too.
Exactly.
So anything that goes off in the engine, you're going to get a warning on that tiller handle. So, but everything in here a guy could possibly ever want.
Very
on a
happy.
20-foot sled.
Wooldridge does an amazing job, and if you
Lord.
can think of it, they'll probably figure it out for you.
Oh yeah. Nice, man. Well, let's go for a buzz, man.
Let's go.
Yeah. around out here a little bit, having a good time. Now we're gonna get up and cruise upriver here. We're gonna show you the speed and the RPMs and all that stuff with the Vessel View mobile app. This is a Mercury product. What it is, it's a Bluetooth device that plugs into the engine and then it transmits to your cell phone or a tablet, any mobile device, and all your data comes right through onto the device here. We've got fuel, RPMs. If you have a fault on the engine, it will show on here. So you can look and say, oh, I've got an overheat, you know, whatever the sensor is that goes off, you can call your shop and say, I'm coming right in, and I want to get this fixed right away. We're going to go ahead and get up on a plane. We'll show you what's going on right here on the app. Yeah, we'll get up on step here. This Vessel View mobile app is sweet. See our RPMs right here. We've got fuel, 45, 44 gallons of fuel. And here's our speed down the bottom corner. And running upstream, you know, we're running against some pretty strong current here. You know, he's had this boat to 43 miles an hour. Flat water, no current. I bet you will be 25 to 30 cruising, which is just perfect running up the river. You can see we're about 24, 25 right here. There's a bunch of functions in here. Like I said, if you have a fault on your engine, it will appear in the app. And you can look right on here and know exactly what just happened. Call your shop, your local dealers, and you can get right in, get your boat fixed, get right back in the water. This is a really sweet setup, something that I have on my sled and also on my charter boat. Drop down here into one of these salmon holes, got the rods out, and then Lael, really? You've got a Traeger.
We're ready to go, man.
On board here?
This is next level.
So this is the Ranger?
Yeah, this is Traeger Ranger.
Oh, wow.
I like using a cast iron skillet in there so I can actually use this. I mean, it's a small outdoor convection oven, man. You can cook it all. Yeah. All
right, man. We'll get the rods out. We'll fire up some lunch. Got the Garmin trolling motor holding us in position here, nice and quiet.
Yeah.
We're going to chill out here for a little bit, get some lunch going, and maybe one of these rods will go off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Lael's got the Traeger fired up. We started at 60 degrees. It's climbing up quick here. It's already at 100 degrees. See the smoke pouring out of that baby.
All right, brats are almost done. We're getting ready to make this Seattle dog situation happen. So we're putting some cream cheese on these coney dogs, and we're gonna put some peppers and onions on it, and we're gonna go to town. Throw a couple of these on there.
The old pellet grill. Right on, Lael.
All right, good stuff.
Delicious, buddy.
Good stuff.
All right, the Seattle dogs are off the Traeger now, but it's time to go. Lael, thank you so much for taking the time, buddy. I love hanging out with you on the water, man.
Good time, man,
Great time here as always. 20-foot Alaskan XL sled from Wooldridge, 200 Mercury Tiller Jet 9.9 EFI Pro Kicker. Of course, that Garmin bow mount trolling motor, game changer. We're sitting here on the trolling motor right now. It's like we're on anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Too good.
Great time on the river, though. Thank you so much for stopping by. Don't forget to post your comments or questions down below there. We'd love to answer them. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that subscribe button on the way out. It's lunchtime on the river.